down a little bit. So we're on Tract 26. We're on the easement road. And we're actually heading east. So we crossed over Tract 26 and went way on down to the end of the easement road, which is on Tract 27. And it was rough at the end. I was glad we had a four-wheel drive. We'd probably still be down there if we didn't. And I was very glad we weren't towing a trailer. I don't know what would have happened to us if we were. But basically the road seems to end, and there may have been a turnaround at some time, but it's grown up quite a bit. It looked like someone had tried to create another turnaround, but it was kind of up from the road, that it rose up like a foot, so you had to have your four-wheel drive to get up there. Anyway, we got turned around, but just keep that in mind if you're going to the end of this easement road. Where we are here on 26 looks good. In fact, this seems to have its own turnaround spot. And now that I'm looking at this may have been designed that way. So if you come out here, you don't have to turn around way down at the end of the road. So that's interesting. But yeah, we're toward the west side of 26 because we did go past it and now we're headed back. So we're kind of coming at this backwards. But we're just gonna leave the camera rolling and drive a little bit. Heavily wooded property. We just lost the sun behind the trees right when the video started, essentially. Man, there are all different types of trees out here. We've got plenty of hardwoods and then some cedars. There's a little cedar, medium-sized cedar. We saw a pine tree. It seems strange to get excited about one pine tree, but there are so few pines out here. It was neat to see a pine tree right on the west side of the property. That's gonna be maybe a chestnut tree right there, but a lot of red oak and white oak. Man, I want our sunshine to come back. This is such a pretty property, but the sun would help. And there's a big triple, it's not an oak, what is that? I can't remember. It's got really distinctive leaves though. We really need to get better at our tree identification, that's for sure. So the easement road gives you good access through to the different spots on the property. Obviously you want a four-wheel drive even to get out here. But the way it kind of goes through the middle is great at giving you access to a lot of different areas on the property. The notes say that this one was going to be sold as two tracts. So 26A, which would have been north of the road, and 26B would have been south of the road. They've modified that now so that they're going to sell the whole works as one tract, which I love. Anytime you have the opportunity to have land on both sides of the road, I think it's great. It just kind of means you don't have an unexpected neighbor move in directly across the road that you disagree with on certain things. As I'm looking northerly, you can see it slopes down at first gently, and then it appears to get steeper as you go further back. And looking way in the distance there, hard to tell for sure, but it looks like it gets pretty steep as it gets toward the northern end of the property. And then on the other side of the road, the topo map shows that as being kind of a similar situation. It slopes down gradually and then more steeply as you go. But on the south side, it goes all the way down to the bottom of a little valley and then starts back up again on the other side. Which is kind of cool. Very private out here. The deer and the turkey, they love it. And let's see where we are here. Yeah, we're still on the property. We're more toward the east side now. Great looking tract. Got hundreds of trees, and it's actually a really nice mixture. Everything from these mature, I don't know if that's a white oak, like a double white oak. I mean, you've got, just from where I'm standing, dozens of trees that must be in excess of 60 or 80 years old, dozens of mature trees. But you've got young ones as well. I mean, these these 8, 10, 12-inch trees, they're probably, I don't know, between 20 and 40 years old. It can be hard to really get the date on a tree. Even these little guys right here, they're probably 10 years old. So although we have thousands of young trees, it really isn't brushy. It's not what we would call brushy. You could walk right through this. Just about go through it on a four-wheeler. You probably could on a small four-wheeler. Really pretty property. Check out the drone video as well. I'm sure that's gonna give you a good look at it from the air. Check out the interactive map. And if you have any questions, just let us know. That's Tract 26.